Hello, this is the Ramblings of an Indisciplined Mind podcast for Saturday, November 12th, 2016. So it is a Saturday here. I'm in the recording booth, and I've got some feedback to share. So I thought I would get to that. So it's a possibility. I talked yesterday about how my email wasn't working since I switched to the new website, and I got that working yesterday. So there's a possibility that if there was some website on some other social media thing, I might have missed it. I don't think so, because I think I get those on my phone, but it's possible. I think that's a possibility, but we'll see what happens. But I do have several comments that have been left upon the website itself. So I will go through those. The first one came from Ramblings episode 629, Almost Live, where David Collins Rivera corrected me that I had misnumbered that post. It's only like the third post in on the new website, but apparently, math is a problem for me. Adding one is difficult. So I had an increment of one, and it was said 628. It's supposed to say 629. So, I had it right. The stupid thing is I had it right on the file name, on the actual audio file. But just getting it right on the post was apparently too much to expect from me. On Ramblings episode 632, What Happened to Grandpa? Gary wrote, I saw a t-shirt one of my friends bought that stated, "I'm too cool to be called Grandpa." Well, when I get to that point, I guess I'll be the uncool one. In similar news, I remember hearing someone talk about this topic, or maybe I read it somewhere, that people make their grandparent name from the first thing the baby says of them. It seems plausible, but I have my doubts. I'm going to agree with you, Gary, on that. The people I've seen that have different names, a lot of times they are using that name before the kid is making much more than just noises. So, some people might do it based upon what they say first, but I'm going to say the vast majority do not. And then Ramblings, episode 631, NaNoWriMo begins. Gary writes, I like the new website. It runs quicker than the previous one and seems a little easier when leaving comments. And thanks for confirming my suspicions about that star-filled picture. That's on the front page of the website. I'm looking forward to the full reveal. As am I. I need to actually get around to scheduling that. I just haven't had enough time to really think about it. As far as how I'm going to do it, I'm trying to decide, do I do it through the newsletter that I have on the main website? There's a subscription to an email newsletter. I'm thinking I might do it that way to maybe entice people to subscribe to it. Hint, 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 hint. But yeah, glad you like it. I like the WordPress software. Like, there's a whole page here that I'm looking at. It just shows you your comments, and you can also set up. You can approve comments. Apparently, like the first time somebody leaves a comment, you have to approve that comment before it's going to show up on the page. But it remembers that, and subsequent comments by that same person, it automatically approves them. So that's kind of nice. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot, and I'm liking the whole posting thing. The only thing I'm not really liking is the difference between categories and tags. I actually need to do some research on that and see if tags are going away or what the deal is. I might have to switch up. I might end up switching up between those two, but I haven't decided. They're basically the same thing. The difference for me is categories, you have to pick them from a list, and you can add new ones to the categories, but you got to pick them from a list. If you ever saw the label cloud that I had going on the old site, 600 and some odd episodes, I got a crap load of categories out there. So I got to scroll through this list to find what it is I need. And tags, I could just paste in my set of labels that I wanted to have for that particular post, and I don't have to look for them in a list. So I'm thinking about that. Ramblings, episode 633, The Man in the High Castle. Gary writes, that sounds like an interesting show. I found it and added it to my queue. I hope to watch an episode or two this weekend. Let me know what you think. We haven't had a chance to get back to it. We probably aren't going to get a chance to get really too much of anything in a little while. We're really backed up on our TV watching. We're almost caught up on The Voice. We got pretty far behind on that, and we've got Designated Survivor sitting on the DVR. We've got Timeless sitting on the DVR. We've got MacGyver sitting on the DVR. We've watched one episode of Timeless and Designated Survivor, and we haven't even seen the first episode of MacGyver yet. We just haven't gotten to it. So, yeah, we're way behind our TV. Plus, we were watching Game of Thrones. We're in the middle of, I think, Game of Thrones season 2. We were because we just bought, 4 months ago, we bought season 5. So I thought, well, let's rewatch from the beginning. And I think we're in season 2, and we were doing pretty good on watching it a lot. And then football season started, and that's happened. So Saturday and Sunday, and sometimes Thursday and Monday night, and of course Monday night's been choir, so we just haven't been able to haven't been doing as much TV watching. And when we have, it's been a lot of sports. Actually, what really kind of stopped us was postseason for baseball, because the wife likes baseball quite a bit. I enjoy baseball, but she likes to watch all the postseason stuff, and so we were watching pretty. From the championship series, we used to watch a little bit of the divisional stuff, but from the championship series on, we were watching that. That kind of broke us out of our routine of like throwing in a disc and watching a couple Game of Thrones episodes. Let's see. And in episode 635, I'm grumpy. Gary says, sometimes I just revel in grumpiness. Mine usually comes about when I don't get enough sleep. Maybe I should bring a pillow to work and take a nap in the afternoon. That would be really nice. That would be really nice. There was actually at least one time I can think of where I was at work and I wasn't feeling very well. But I wasn't feeling bad enough where I wanted to take a sick day. But I just wasn't feeling good. And it was summertime, or at least warmish enough. And lunchtime came, and I wasn't hungry in the slightest. So I found a parking lot. I left the company. I found a parking lot like behind a theater where nobody would bother me. I set an alarm on my clock, put the seat back, and took like a 40-minute nap. And it was glorious. I loved it. Yeah, a lot of times mine can be caused by sleep, or it can be caused by other things. But yeah, sometimes it just feels good to be grumpy, darn it. But that's what I got. That's the comments that I have. So I guess I'll let that be that. I will be back on the road on Monday. I'll be talking to you then. So be seeing you.